Everyone flocks to the usual hotspots in Cape Town, but what if I told you that the best place to stay is probably a place you've never heard of?
From epic views to local secrets and perfect sunsets, this trip gave us everything we needed and more.
We had to wake up really early in Joburg because the rush hour traffic is quite insane, and one of the things that we had to navigate was Nay waking up, which is a bit of a mission when it's early. How do you feel this morning, mate?
Very good.
Anyway. So the nice thing with Lanseria is that it is a small little airport. It's just outside of Johannesburg. So the primary airport is OR Tambo. Lanseria is a little smaller. So what we do is we park at the long-term parking instead of getting Ubers and that kind of stuff. Coming into Cape Town, what is the view like?
Well, we've had so much rain in Joburg, so coming into Cape Town was beautiful because just seeing the sun and no clouds.
So the flight from Joburg to Cape Town is about 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's a fairly quick flight, so luckily for us, having the uncomfortable seats, it ended up being not too bad. And then when we got there, we needed to go and get our rental car. Right here. Everybody that was here on holiday is now leaving, so we pretty much get Cape Town to ourselves, hopefully. And let's see what it has in store when we get there. Okay, so without further ado, we will reveal to you what this place is. When we got there, we thought it would be appropriate to show you exactly how beautiful this hotel's rooms were. So Nay did a little bit of a walkthrough for us.
So this is the beautiful room we're going to be staying in, the bathroom, so much privacy. There's a beautiful view from the bath where you're staying. They're giving us, oh, this is cute, body wash, shampoo, all the little things that we can use. And then this is the toilet. I'm sure it echoes. The toilet, the shower. Nice and big, actually quite spacious in here. Got the shower head and you can have a seat, I suppose. Or put your leg up when you're shaving.
When you're shaving.
And then we have quite a bit of space in here for all our clothes. Because for us ladies, you know, not all of us travel out, so it's actually quite a bit of room. Oh, and even a safe, so that's nice. Got a hairdryer. And then I see that they do, I think you got your own, if you got laundry and you get washed, you can get your washing done. And they even give us coffee. Can't wake up without coffee in the morning. And then in here, we've got our own bar fridge.
Inside.
Water. We'll have to fill it up ourselves. And I mean, you can have your coffee in the mornings with this beautiful view of Table Mountain. How stunning is that? This lovely seating area. And there's something I want to show you. This is quite such a nice touch. These little, I can't even remember what these things are called, smicrons.
French president.
There you go. And the letter. How special is that? This beautiful bed. This is, by the way, for Kira and Nate. She always tests the bed. I'm going to do the same. It's divine.
What do you give it?
A 12 out of 10.
So one of the most amazing things about this hotel specifically is that whenever somebody comes to Cape Town, they normally locate themselves in City Bowl side, which means that you're at the base of the mountain and it's very difficult to see Table Mountain. But the unique thing about Blauberg Beach Hotel, which is where we are, is that directly from your suite, you can see a full view of the mountain. We're at the ocean, so you're literally across the road is the beach, and then you have full view of Table Mountain and Lion's Head, which is exquisite. So you get to see the sunsets, and we've pretty much got a 180-degree view and a beautiful little balcony. I mean, what more could you want out of a hotel room? You literally have the most amazing view every morning waking up to the beach, the sound of the beach. I mean, the rooms are really well protected from the wind, because that's another consideration on this side of town, is that the wind does come off the ocean straight into you. But like today, it's crisp. We will be doing a little bit more and showing you sort of around town, and it's definitely an underrated place to stay if you are looking for something very unique in Cape Town. We met up with Nae's brother for dinner and caught one of Cape Town's most peaceful sunsets, right here on the water. So we've just had dinner with Nae's brother who lives in Cape Town. And now we're going to go to the beach, which is by a lighthouse at a place called Woodbridge Island. And the place that we had dinner is Bosa.
The food was really good. And they had there was a special.
She's a sucker for specials.
There's a lot of rocks.
This is not a Cape Town promotional video. Of what? What's over there?
Lion's Head.
Where's Lion's Head?
What's that little thing?
That is Signal Hill. Then you get Lion's Head and then you get Table Mountain. What would you tell anyone who wants to go to Cape Town? So that's where we had dinner. Bosa. That's where you start right. And that's about it for day one. Captain's post. So we've just had our first night in Cape Town. It was incredible. The hotel room was so comfortable, and having that ocean breeze hit the hotel. We're not used to that being in Joburg, so we soaked it up. But needless to say, that morning we decided we wanted to go and explore a little bit. And where did we go?
Where did we go?
Yeah.
The Pottery.
We went to the Pottery for her to do pottery, and she's asking me where did we go.
I forgot.
What are you painting? What else are you going to do? How are you approaching this thing?
Well, they don't have the lighter blue, so I'm just mixing with white.
What is that thing?
A paint palette, color palette.
So that shows you what the paints look like when they glow.
When they're fired, when they're glazed and fired. I'm just adding white to get it, because it's going to go a bit darker. So I want it a little bit lighter, and then the pop of the red on the lips to give it a bit of a contrast.
My little artiste. Well, what is unique about pottery?
Well, I love pottery.
And why is that?
Because my business is pottery. But basically you can sit down, similar to what we offer, where you can paint the ceramics, and I just love the way they did things. It was just also nice to be a customer in that industry. Usually I'm on the other side. Location is everything. They are in Camps Bay. It's very close to the beach. It's beautiful. I found it to be a little bit small with space, but they utilized the space well. Yeah, it was lovely.
And the pricing, can you remember what the pricing was?
Was
it was below 500 Rand a head.
Yeah.
To paint and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So from there, we decided the closest thing for us to do would be to go to the V&A Waterfront, which is the all-popular tourist destination in Cape Town. It is renowned for being a tourist hotspot, but it is a beautiful place to go, and any tourist visiting Cape Town, it is a must. What we decided to do was go to lunch. Where do we have lunch? It was La Parada, which is just across from Denanka on the harbour's edge. The day wasn't too great. I mean, it was a little bit cloudy, but we still managed to waltz around and have a look-see. So walking through the waterfront, what is the one thing that you notice?
All the people, very touristy. That's rare for South Africa. It's back where we're from. We know when it's a Tuesday. Today is a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
So many people.
And there's just people everywhere.
It's very refreshing.
The place is very, very first world, if you consider Africa in general. You can actually see the cloud coming over Table Mountain if you're sitting at a restaurant, depending on the time of day. Cape Town is renowned for having 4 seasons in a day. So if you do want to visit Cape Town, we suggest you pack for all seasons, because you can start the morning really warm and by the afternoon you're freezing your ass off because the cloud's coming over and there's a lot of wind. So after the Pottery and the waterfront experience, we decided to go head back to the hotel and just relax, because we don't get a lot of downtime. And in that time we found out that the weather the next day would be spectacular, and what better thing to do than to go up Table Mountain. Just arrived on Table Mountain. We just parked. It is still early, but there's a hell of a lot of people. So the trick is to get here early enough so that you don't wait in line, and we've obviously booked our tickets beforehand. But look how beautiful it is. We literally could not have asked for a better day. And look at Cape Town from the base of Table Mountain. I mean, it's quite exquisite. And how's the drive here?
Down there.
Yeah, we're staying on the other side of the bay.
The drive wasn't so bad for how far we had to drive. Luckily we left early, because
Yeah.
the traffic already started this morning.
Yeah, it's filling up quick, eh? And we had the coolest little parking. I literally parked between 2 cars.
Now make sure you can parallel
Make sure
park.
you can parallel park when
to
you come
Cape
up to Cape Town. So if you ever want to stop on Table Mountain for a biscuit and a coffee, you'll be doing yourself a great service. And I asked the lady at the counter how many coffees she makes a day. She said around 700 cappuccinos a day, and that equates to about $1 million a month. Maybe explain the safety side of it. Like, is it safe?
No.
Not.
What? The safety side of the mountain? No.
So no, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with you. It's clearly unsafe, but it's.
You could wonder. You could wonder.
If you wander off the
and
path,
you don't know,
fall down.
Yeah, and if you don't know where you're going, you could get lost, and you just hope someone comes and looks for you.
Remember, I followed those yellow markers, and then it kind of disappears in the bush, and then like there's stones everywhere. So I just so happened to follow the wrong path, and it sort of got closer to the edge, and when I looked down, there's a crevice on Table Mountain. There's like a big gap. It's obviously got a name or something, and it must be important because I saw cameras there. But I looked down and I was like, oh my goodness, if I fall down there, I'm dead. So I abruptly stopped my trajectory towards the end and made sure that I went back. But yeah, you have to have your wits about you. Always stick to the paths so much as you can. Like in my case, I got lost. But if you want to venture out, make sure you're prepared with hiking stuff.
Yeah.
Like don't wear longs and all that kind of stuff, or jeans. You'll get hot.
I didn't plan on that. I wore jeans. Luckily I had tackies, but I wish I had walking it.
Walking, so it's a lot further than you expect. That's a big mountain up top there. That morning was beautiful, eh? Like we were really, really lucky that morning, because sometimes you can get a day where it might be clear all over Cape Town, but there will be a cloud literally hanging over the mountain and there's no warning for it. So if you pre-book your tickets and you have that, it's a bit of a problem. So what we did was ensure that we went early, and then we got the tickets at the door, which meant that we could choose the exact day that we wanted to go up, and it was stunning. Bye. So that's the line, eh? The line goes all the way up top from there, all the way. So the reason we got here early this morning, if you want to get to the top of Table Mountain without having an issue, the lines are incredibly long. Advice would be to do it before 9 o'clock on a clear day, especially a clear day because everyone's going to be trying to come out. And have a look at how busy that line is. Once we got back to our car, we decided to head down, and we had no plans. So what we thought to do was, when in Cape Town or in the Western Cape, they are renowned for their wine, but we didn't want to travel too far out, so we decided to settle on one of the local wine farms, and that happened to be Constantia, I think it was. And they had never been there before, so they have 2 restaurants. We decided to go to Simon's restaurant, which we thought to be the more beautiful of the 2. It probably took us about 20 odd minutes to get there from the top of Table Mountain. It's literally on the foothills of Table Mountain. The food was incredible, and obviously because it's a wine farm, the wine was insane. Super smooth. I mean, you don't generally like wine, and I think you really like that wine. That is Simon's restaurant at the Groot Constantia wine farm. So that pretty much wraps it up for the most underrated place to stay in Cape Town. Not your usual place, because most people, like we said in the beginning, stay towards City Bowl and have the mountains sort of bearing over them, and you don't get to enjoy the sunset views of the mountain looking at it. So all those famous pictures that you see are really taken from this side of the mountain, and because it's a little bit further out, most people choose to obviously stay closer to town where there's maybe a lot more entertainment and activity. But we found that the Blaauwberg Beach Hotel is just close enough or far enough for it to still be reasonable. You pay less than City Bowl, and you actually get a much better view. And the hotel itself, the service, the room quality, just access to stuff nearby where you have beachfront, everything, the promenade, the kite surfing. It's just really spectacular, and I think it wears the title for the most underrated place to stay in Cape Town, just by the sheer beauty of the place.
Also, it's not that far from the rest of Cape Town.
Yeah, Blaauwberg Beach Hotel, most underrated place to stay in Cape Town.